Hey. Whew, we gotta wake up. Wake up. Hola, and thank you for tuning in to the last show of 2023. I know it's early, it's December 1st, 2nd, 6th. It's December 6th. My days are all kind of jumbled up right now. Literally one goes right into the next and into the next and just, you know. But yeah, I'm trying to wake up a little bit. Kind of. I had a few cancellations today because there's that virus going around, where people get getting sick and stuff. And you know what? Stay out of my hair salon if you don't feel good, because I don't want none of that. I'm already around a bunch of little kids, and I don't want none of that shit. So I had a few cancellations today, and I thought, like, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna do this, that, and this and that. Man, look, I went home and knocked the fuck out. So, woo, I'm waking up while I'm doing the show. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to the last show. We got a few things to catch up on. It's been a little minute. I know I haven't been doing the shows as regularly as before, but I will say the last 2 months, yo, man, it's been like, you ever been bull riding? That's what it felt like. That's what my life feels like right now at the moment, or before, whatever. Like, it literally felt like I'm on a fucking bull and I'm just holding on for life. So today apparently my body said we are shutting it down. So, but you know what? I ain't even mad at it, because I'm thinking about what's gonna happen tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't mad at taking a nap. Naps are good. Maybe it'll keep a bitch healthy, younger, youthful looking. Let me get youth. You know what I'm saying? Youth. Let's do it. Um. So yeah. So I'm drinking wine today, but it's this fruit wine. So because I took a nap, I did not get a chance to go to the store, and I seen a bottle of wine that my brother apparently brought to my mother, who my mother doesn't even drink, let alone drink wine. If my mother does drink, it's a shot of Patron. That's all she drank right now, or that honey Tennessee whiskey stuff. But I'm drinking this barefoot fruit scotto mango. It's not bad. I kind of wish I had a shot of tequila to put in it, but it's just really sweet at the moment. Um, but yeah, so where do you start? Where do you not? I mean, y'all seen all the football stuff. If y'all follow my social medias, y'all know that's kind of wrapped up and done ish for the most part. There's still always football talk though. But yeah, that's all done. Banquet was great. I cried a little bit at the banquet, trying to like talk, and I thought I got most of my crying out prior to the banquet, but when I started talking again, it just all kind of started building up again. But people told me I made a good little speech and stuff, so I try to keep it short, because I already know how I feel about these banquets at the end of the year, and I know that sometimes they feel like it's necessary. And my little baby's making it to the championship round. I was just like, you know what? Why shouldn't the club or the program celebrate these children? So I try to, make my point and not talk too much. Which for me, talking is not a problem. Is shutting up is the problem. But yeah, so hopefully y'all have your little drink, so y'all drinking with me, because I feel weird, especially since I've been doing it, or doing it. I've been doing the show in the hair salon, and I'm in here by myself. I am not a person, which I know it will surprise some of y'all, but I don't like drinking by myself. So if you are watching this and having a drink while you're watching this, which I don't even care if it's water, give me some type of emoji to let me know that a bitch is drinking by herself. I'm just one of them people. I don't like to drink by myself. So when I'm doing the show and I do choose to drink, it's kind of weird for me. But I mean, We got to try new stuff. Like I'm trying this fruscato. Fruscato. That's I literally that I didn't make that up. That's what it says on the bottle. Fruscato. I'm just trying to prepare myself. So as I said it before, this is going to be the last show of 2023. I'm not sure if everybody understood that with the post that I posted, because some people were like, "Oh my God, is that the last? Is that the last show? Like, not the last show of ever, just the last show of this year, because the next one in 2 weeks would be for like that Wednesday right before Christmas, and during that time, me being a hairstylist, y'all gonna see me out here with my hair like this, trying to keep it together and look. So I'm trying to keep my sanity, still doing the show. So we just go. This is gonna be the last one, and then we're gonna bring it back in 2024, and the first show of 2024, which I believe is January. Hold on. January 10th will be the next show. So put that in your calendars, because I'm actually going to have my girl Chrissy on, because she does her Wines for Humanity thingamajig. And they're coming out with a new product where it's almost like a flight of wines. And I'm not a wine drinker, but I will, like you're going to get my honest opinion when it comes to that type of stuff. Because I've gone to wine tastings before, and Lord, look, again, I know it's, not everybody likes tequila. Again, not everybody likes vodka. Again, not everybody likes Hennessy. Hennessy is not made for everybody. And I feel like wine is not made for everybody. But I am, I'll take it upon myself to give y'all the opinion. I mean, I'm always trying to support my friends and small businesses. And it's Wines for Humanity. I mean, like I wish somebody should come out with like a tequila for humanity. I'll try that one for sure. So that'll be January 10th. I have a homegirl on the show. She also does Mentality podcast. So y'all check that out on B-Side Studios also. But yeah, catching up on just life. Like I said, I literally felt like I've been riding a bull for the last 2 months between transitioning from football. So now we are into wrestling. And I'm also coaching wrestling. So with that, if you guys have been following my social medias, I have posted that the club had their first tournament this past Sunday. Now there was two. There was a rookies one. So if you're a first or second year wrestler, you went to that one. My little one, Nas, is not a first, is not a rookie. So he went to this other tournament. And my baby did his thing. He got first place. But I'm still learning as a coach. I kind of, like stupid me. I kind of went in there with just like, what? I mean, I know a little bit, but I think now since I'm like last year, I started coaching towards the end of the year. So I was kind of just there, like I'm here as backup. And I still tell the coaches, like, I'm here as backup. But we have a lot of new wrestlers on this squad, in this club right now. And what I don't want is a child feeling unprepared when they go. Because it's not necessarily this coaching thing, but I just want, like, whoever's going to take whatever sport serious, right? If you're spending 3 days, 2 days or 3 days out of your week to come and practice and be on this mat, and maybe you sign up for tournaments, maybe you don't, whatever, but at least if you do sign up for tournaments, I want that child to be as prepared as possible. Now, granted, some kids want to goof around or whatever, and again, we're short of coaches, so if you'd like to come out and help us coach, but so if I'm there, then I'm gonna try. Some of these kids look at me like, who the fuck is you? And I said, I don't, me, I don't care about that stuff. Look, this is where you grab them. This is where, like, my body got to get reused to some of this stuff. Because on Sunday, when it's a tournament day, the coaches don't really, depending on how many kids there are, we don't get to go sit down in the stands and sit down and most of the tournament, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going from mat to mat. And even though I wasn't necessarily, the main coach that was yelling instructions to them to help them out, but I actually shadowed a lot of these coaches so that I can see. I did two things. I wanted to learn how that child per se wrestles, right? And I wanted to see how the coaches talk to these children and how the children respond to them, and just even other technical stuff that happens on the mat that, like, as a parent watching it, I've seen it before, but now that I'm like right at the mat, now I gotta feel like I gotta understand. So that's when the crazy part of my brain started working, like, 'cause then I turned into like super mom coach. And I went to practice yesterday and I got to yelling at some of the kids, not yelling but kind of checking them a little bit, like, yo, how'd you do on the tournament? Like, because the way you practice is the way you play. So if you're goofing off here, then you can goof off at the tournament. And you wearing something that I take pride in, so we ain't gonna do that. So that's just who the person I am. So, but yeah, no, that's going well. But I was actually like getting on my knees and helping the kids. And look, I was sweating at practice. Now I wasn't even trying to do nothing. Shit. But wrestling is not made for everybody. Lord, I look, I wouldn't do it. I let my children do it, but and then we also have girls on the squad too. So like, to see them go against other little girls, I'm all about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, boys are boys and boys are gonna do their thing, but for girls to now enter into this realm of wrestling, so like even my oldest son has they started a girls team at the high school. Like, it became official this year, where you're going to see a lot more girls wrestling, because they actually have their own like tournaments and their own. The girls are going against girls versus girls having to go against boys. And I watched that. I started watching them more than I started watching my own boys wrestle. And I'm already in my head coaching them, who are not even like, they're in high school. So like, what do I know? But in my head, I'm already knowing like, oh, girl, you need to do some more. You need stamina. Like, you need to work, because it don't seem like you out there for a long time. But when you out there, it will deplete you. And then you got to go like a few rounds and stuff. Woo, Charlie. But again, it's not made for everybody. But I believe now, I have become a believer that it is a great sport for children, boys or girls. It's not, you're not too, I mean, we got 5-year-olds. I mean, we've had 4-year-olds, and to see them grow in this sport. I mean, even Nas started at 4 years old. So to see them grow in this sport, I am a true believer in this sport now. And especially when you're coinciding football and wrestling together. So yeah, you might see me in Elk Grove coming after a few kids like, I think you should do wrestling. And I never thought I would be that parent or turn into that parent, but now I am that parent. But yeah, so y'all will see a few more posts. We have another tournament that we just entered this Sunday. And then my oldest one has a wrestling meet. Hopefully he makes weight. Look, he's trying to lose this extra pound to try to make this meet on Friday. And then he has another tournament if he makes it on Saturday. And then Nas got a tournament on Sunday. Here we go. Let me get the reins of the bull, because here we go. But you know what? As they say, life's too short. And now I'm actually rather be at these tournaments watching my kids and supporting their friends versus hanging out at night. And I've crossed over to that. Like, don't get me wrong, a bitch still like to have a drink and have a good time and all of that stuff, but I'd rather do this, and it keeps me a little sober-ish. I drink still. Don't get me wrong. That ain't never gonna go away. But my priorities have differed from before. Because the bitch is getting older and the bitch is getting tired. But yeah, so that's what's been going on with that. Again, it's just the beginning of December, and I already know it's about to start getting crazy. I've been looking at my appointment books, and so again, if y'all see me out here in the streets looking a little crazy, just understand that bitches going through some things right now, and but yeah, I'm about to have an 18-year-old. Oh, that's hurting my heart, man. Like he about to be an adult. So my son turns 18 at the end of this month. I want him to grow and be an adult, but you want him to be. But I have to learn how to let that happen, and whatever. Um, so that's what I'm trying to deal with right now because you know I kind of don't want him to like grow, but you know. Um, what else has been going on? So I actually decided to do the Just As Jess because there was something I heard on the radio, and I was like, "What?" First off, I heard some shit on the radio that I was just like, you know what? I should open it up to the floor and do. We haven't done it in a while because I've had a lot of other shit to talk about. The Just As Jess segment of the show. And so I got two questions, but I have been trying to declutter some of my shit out of my house, right? Something as simple as this. Simple. I call it simple shit. So I posted, so there's a Facebook group that's called Buy Nothing Outgrowth. So like if you have something that you want to get rid of versus throwing it out or donating it, you can post it on this group and see if anybody wants it or has use of it or whatever. I mean, there's anything from like tables, coats, TVs. So I put on there a retractable leash that I had from you know, my little dog, Crazy Carlo, that I can't use on my 80-pound pit bull. So it's a retractable leash. It's still in good condition. So I said, hey, I put it on there. So I've had some people comment that saying that retractable leashes are not safe for dogs. And then somebody else wanted to go and put, actually, I'm going to pull it up. So they wanted to go ahead and put that they put some post or a picture of 10 reasons why retractable leashes can be bad for dogs and people. I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all can't see that because of the glare of the thingamajiggy. And some of these are like common sense stuff. First off, should you have a retractable leash on an 80-pound, 40-pound dog? The answer to that is probably no. I was using it on my little 18-pounder, right? That had a harness while we were out because, the little dogs can like wiggle out of a regular leash. So when I used it, his little ass could walk around as freely as he. Did he ever pull away from me? No. Did he ever have to go and get choked out and whatever? No. Now, if you're walking with a dog, so I had these two ladies that wanted to like make a comment. And the old Jess might be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. How about that? Just it ain't got shit to do with you. So how about you just but no, of course they had to express themselves. So I had to express myself. So I don't necessarily think it's necessarily the leash, right? I said it's the dog owner and the pet himself. Like, so I was like, it ain't got something to do with the leash. It's the dog is trained. Now I see people all the time walking their dogs with the regular leash on, and the dog is pulling himself so hard that he's choking himself. So is that leash no good? Is that collar no good? Or is it the owner not training your dog well enough to not pull while you're walking? So I made those comments on here. And let me tell you, she was just like, I did my comment, and one of them replied, Jessica, they really aren't just opinions. They are why retractable leashes are a danger to your dog. My vet, who recently retired, would not accept clients who use retractable leashes. They are dangerous. And she put dangerous in all capital letters. First off, don't talk to me and put capital letters because now, bitch, you want to fight. And I said, And I put her name on there and I said, again, it's your opinion. It is your opinion. Because if that were that shit, you know how much shit the FDA leaves in our fucking food, but you still eating that shit, right? That they won't serve in other countries, but here in the US of A, they let fucking lead and all this other crap that's not good for us in our food, but you still eating that shit. But anyways, I said again, it's your opinion. Why would you take your pet to the vet on a retractable leash anyway? And first off, a retractable leash has a little lock, so it's not retractable all the damn time. Anyways, I go, it's the owner slash pet, not the item. And I was like, it worked great for my little one. And then I went on to explain that, like regular leashes, these dogs are choking themselves out anyway. So I actually have, which I know there's some people that don't like them, but you know what? It works for my dog. It's the one that has the little hook, the little spikes. Now it's loose around my dog's neck. When my dog knows, my dog, 80-pound dog, right, pit bull, he walks, he pulls a little bit, but it's never to the point where he's choking himself. And that's like the first block is when he's all like, oh, we outside. We outside. He excited, right? He gone. And then he chills out. And when I tell you this thing becomes so loose that depending on how he moves, the motherfucker might even turn inside out. So now the spikes are looking outside and now he looked like a real killer dog. So now I got to stop him and fix it and do all of that stuff. I go, but I leave this on him only for two things. I do trust my dog, but again, I've only had him for 6 months now. So for the most part, he doesn't choke himself. He listens even when he's barking at other pets. So again, it's people might look at it and hate it and say, "Oh my God, it's digging into their skin." First off, I can stick my whole hand in that thing and it's not pinching his neck. But in the event that I do need, because he also is an 80-pound pit bull, in the event that I do need to control him, I have that extra to chill the fuck out. And then you have these little dogs, right? To me, those little dogs are more of a threat than these big dogs, because those little motherfuckers, boy, they get at you. You feel me? And those will actually bite you. So, and I see them all the time. They slobbing at the mouth trying to get at somebody and stuff. And it's like, yo, chill. What you gonna do? If I let go of my dog, you dinner. Back up. But she said, Jess, I'm on your side here. It's BS, these assholes. It's the owners. Yes. So, like, don't make them comments on my post when I'm just trying to give this away. Put that on another Facebook group that you want to like complain and talk about that shit, but not when I'm trying to give something. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Because right now, I was being nice. If that lady leave me one more motherfucking comment, she ain't going to like me. I'm just going to leave it at that. So again, it's my opinion. And with that, I will get into my Just As Jess segments, because again, these are just my opinions. I am not a doctor or PhD. I don't have a relationship. I just been through a lot of shit. And me being a hairstylist, I've also heard a lot of shit. And you know what I'm saying? And like, it's my intuition. I feel like I'm gifted spiritually. A little bit. So, again, it's my opinion. Those are their opinions. And, I think I responded nicely. But I will say, like, you got one more time to respond to me, lady, with some bullshit. And if you do capital letters, I'm going to capital letters my whole message to your ass, too. She said, the owners do not exercise their dogs enough, and that's the problem. Whether it's exercise or simple training, a lot of people just want to be on some lazy shit. And get it. Like, every dog is different. There's some dogs that love walks. Tank, my dog, loves to go for fucking walks. Let me tell you a quick little story that happened on Sunday, actually. So I went to a tournament. So I left my house Sunday morning at 6 a.m. Well, 6:15, but whatever. I left at 6 o'clock in the morning. So was I taking my dog for a walk? No, I wasn't going to do that. So I left it up to my 17-year-old to do that before he went to work. He didn't go to work till 10 o'clock, so I'm like, go feed the dog, walk the dog, then go to work, and then I'll handle him when I get home. So I get home from the tournament and I let him outside. He comes inside and now he just like in my ass, like he in my face. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? I done gave him treats. He had his toys. I done took him outside to use the bathroom. Like, but he acting hella extra. Like when I tell you my dog will be in your face, he is in your face. So and then he was being like not aggressive, like he was gonna bite me, but he gave me a bruise. Y'all see that? But I bruise easy, whatever. But and I'm just like, yo, so I text my son, like, did you walk him? And he was like, oh yeah. Which I know I was lying because the way my dog was acting, I'm like, I don't think he's been out for his walk. So I said, oh, all right, let's go. Do you understand that when I took this dog outside, I should have took a picture. But when I took this dog outside, that motherfucker was walking with his ass in there. He walking down the street. He like he got fresh air for the first time in his life. And I was just like, this, I know this motherfucker didn't walk you this morning. So, all right. So I took him for a little extra longer of a walk to make sure he got really tired. So then we get home. Now he calm. So after I took my dog for this damn walk, which is probably about 30-35 minutes, we get back home. Now he chilling. He go lay down in his bed. He ain't in my face no more. He chewing on a little toy, whatever, and he good. So then my son get home from work, and I said, son, because now I can see my son face to face versus over a little text message. And I said, did you walk this dog? And then he starts, well, the answer is a yes or no question, son. I said, no, I didn't. Because I know, like, don't just tell me the truth so I know. I sat there for another 2 hours looking at my dog crazy. Like, why are you acting crazy? When if you would have just told me no, I would have saved 2 hours of agony to myself and just walked the motherfucker so he could leave me the fuck alone. So, anyways, so there's some dogs that need walks. Like my other little dog, you threw him in the yard. If you took him for a walk, I mean, he had back problems, so he couldn't walk too far anyway. But you threw him in the yard. He's a little dog. I got a huge yard. And he was fine. He was fine. But other dogs, like this one, when I tell you this dog walked with his ass in the air, literally, when y'all look, he walking down the street like, he needs some kind of walks. So with that, I'm just getting tight. I'm not going to look at that right now. So walk the dog. It's all about how, hey, Bernice. So that's that. She watched my crazy little dog before, so she know the little crazy dog. Hopefully, if I go on my next vacation, she'll be able to watch my big dog. Maybe. Think about it. I got another vacation I'm trying to plan. Let's go. But anyways, so yeah, so we're gonna get into the just as just. I went into a whole different segment, but I did because I'm on the freaking show and like you want to talk about Friendsgiving. I didn't even read the other messages. So I'll answer those texts when we go back. Yeah, that was my dog sitter. But this, even though this dog of mine right now is like way bigger, he's actually more calmer than the little one was. So, just take that into consideration. And I'll buy you a box of wine or something. Like, no, I don't mean like box wine. I mean like a box of alcohol to help. Please. Anyways, so let's get into this just as just. I know I normally like leave it up to like if the audience, of course, if y'all have any questions that you would like me to answer or going through a dilemma or whatever. But tread carefully when you ask me questions because I will give you my honest opinion, whether I know or do not know people. And and even if I do know them, I mean, shit, if you know me, then you already know what you're gonna get. But this first just as just question, I mean, both of them are kind of like, what? Uh, um, hold on, I'm coming to it. Here it goes. Dear Jess, I have been married for 2 decades, so that's 20 years, people, in case y'all didn't know, to a man who is incapable of connecting with anyone. 20 years with that type of person. Ooh. But it didn't become apparent until after we were married. So you didn't see none of them red flags before you married this man? See, that's why I say, look, I'm staying single until I see a man in all stages. I want to see this man angry. Like, bitch, you gonna want to fight. I want to see this man annoyed. I want to see him sad and almost maybe trying about to cry. I want to see him joyful. I want to see him hyped up on some shit. Not like hyped up and in like drugs, but like just excited about something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see him in different stages of his emotions, because I think that's one of the biggest problems in regards to like relationships is that a lot of these men nowadays, they've either been really hella hurt, which women are too. I go, or they're like just emotionally unavailable or emotionally scared to open up again because of past relationships that they have encountered with some toxic ass people. Because there's a lot of hurt people walking around this earth that don't think that they need healing. And it's like, you need some therapy, motherfucker. But anyways, let me continue. So I didn't become a parent until after we were married, and I understand that sometimes you see shit afterwards, you know. Okay. He is very good at surface relationships, but cannot go deeper than that. Because of this, He's abused, isolated, and ignored me. He didn't realize he was causing harm. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through this motherfucking message. What? He didn't realize he was causing harm when that motherfucker was abusing you. That what did he think that was love? All right. Um, he didn't realize he was causing harm since he didn't regard me and still doesn't regard me as a person with emotions. So she's emotional, he is unemotional. A friend I've known for a decade recently has confessed he's attracted to me. This man communicates with me without words. How he communicating to you without using words? We connect easily and completely. Ooh, she word that you were completely. We kissed one time. Was it like one kiss or was it like a 5 minute type of kiss? I want to know. And for the first time, I understood why people enjoy kissing. Oh my God, that's so sad for her. And how it unites two people. With my husband, it's just a task to complete. My husband has, for the most part, stopped abusing me. Well, thank you, Jesus. He has become a fairly decent man as long as I don't expect much from him. Then he is not a fairly decent man because he stopped abusing you, probably. I can't decide if I should stay as the invisible wife or take a chance at being seen, cherished, and loved. The new relationship cannot move forward unless I'm divorced. But there's no guarantee we would be married or would even want to be. We definitely love each other, but still have a lot to learn about one another. Well, you already saying that you love this other person? Oh, shit, okay. Should I stay where it's safe, but it's not really safe? Or heartbreakingly lonely? Or take a chance that could either end well or very badly? There's a whole lot of shit wrapped up in that whole message. First off, and there's no judgment here, because I've known some people and some women, and I will say I myself have stayed in relationships longer than we needed to be in them. But to say this new relationship to move forward unless I'm divorced. First off, I think that you should not make a decision in regards to your love life, in regards to your love life or you as a person, right? Based on getting into another relationship. You should not want to be with your husband because he's a piece of shit. Period. Not hold on. Wait, one more. This bitch make me want to smoke a cigarette right now on the air. Like, and I use bitch like in a nice way. But like, no, like leave your husband because you want to have better for yourself, not based on this new dude or the guy that you've known for 10 years that he speaks to, communicates to you without words. But do it because you want better for yourself. Like, don't do it based on him. Fuck him. Him too. Fuck him too. Because he know you married and he's putting you in this position. Second, leave because the man that you married, whether you found out afterwards, which I'm pretty sure there was probably signs prior to you marrying him, but as women, we tend to be like, oh, we fall with the potential that we believe that they can be. And don't get me wrong, I've seen relationships where, like in the younger years, the man was abusive, and the woman she's stuck there right next to this man, and now he is a great person to her. Um, and it's changed, and she feels like what, she put the work in, and now she's reaping the rewards because now he treats her like the person she should be treated. But that's not everybody's scenario. I feel like if you didn't 20 years in this relationship and he still treats you like a piece of shit, you should just want to get out that relationship because he's a piece of shit. Now, after you divorce him and this other person is still like, you first need to not even get into the next relationship with this man. You need some you time. You need to fall in love with yourself first. Take yourself on a day spa. Take yourself on a vacation. Like, fall in love with who the fuck you are. Because then once you're able to love yourself, you're not going to be looking for this other person to love you in ways that you never felt loved before. You feel me? So, and then after you do that work on yourself, because if that man's been standing there for 10 years by your side wanting to be with you, ain't nothing wrong with another year or two while you work on yourself. And then go into that relationship with this new man and see where that goes. And if he loves you the way that you think that he's gonna love you, then fuck it, then do that shit, girl. But you never know because there's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing right now. Hence why I'm still single. You know what I'm saying? Like they are, ooh, I'm gonna give you the moon in the world, bitch. And it's a motherfucking hot pocket and a marble. You feel me? Like, no. No. So that would be my advice. Look, bitches, if y'all don't fucking quit texting while I'm on the motherfucking air right now and shit, because I can't do two things at one time. That would be my opinion. I don't know if y'all have different opinions of that, but that is my opinion, is leave that man and heal yourself and then figure it yourself out. I wonder if they got kids. You don't think they have kids? You think they just kissed that one time? What kind of kiss was it? Those are the kind of questions that run through my brain. So that's just me. Um, yeah, I think I gave some good advice. The bitch made me drink twice. Shit. I couldn't do it. You ain't gonna treat me like shit and then think that I'm gonna just look. I have a few motherfuckers that I only dated, or I might have just had a good time with, and that's all they wanted. All right, cool. Like, you want to just have a good time, then we can have a good time. But when you get to start peeling some layers and you actually see the kind of person that I am, and now you're like, ooh, and then you start fucking around with these other trashy ass bitches and shit, and you're like, man, you know what? Just was the shit. And then now you come back knocking at my door, and I just said, oh no, no, we ain't going back there. The past is in the past for a reason, sirs. Deal with the shit that you're dealing with now. That's one thing that I hope other women take. Like, don't go back to something that was bad for you. Like, when I see these like people dealing back with their baby daddies or their baby mamas just because it felt safe or because you felt lonely or whatever the fuck. Like, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit because you're not fucking it up for them. You're fucking it up for yourself because you're giving yourself false hope. Like, I like fucking around with people that like to tell me from the jump what their expectations are, because at least that gives me the option to either I'm gonna rock with you because I know what to deal with. Like I know that you know what you just want to be friends with benefits. I know when to ring your land. Or if you're looking for a relationship, I know how to handle that. You feel me? Like man, see here I go being big mouth. I got too much steak. So like recently, I had this dude that was talking to me online. And he was like, yo, Jess, man, I really dig your shit. Like, I like you. And I said, cool. We actually exchanged numbers. And I said, oh, okay. Let me see. He seemed a little handsome. And I'm like, let me see. Then he pulled up. So I get busy. As y'all all know, I be a little busy with my little sporting events and stuff. And the bitch be tired. And and I know this about myself, that if you text me ever so often, I might take like a fucking day to respond because I am so fucking forgetful. So, and it's not, I look, when men or even my friends get mad at me because it takes me forever to respond, I love y'all anyway, but like sometimes that's just what it is. And when you're trying to like when you meet new people, right, they need that extra attention, and sometimes I don't have it, but like, okay. So anyways, so I was at the tournament, and then later on that afternoon, instead of saying hello, how's your day? Or hey, how did the tournament go? Or hey, are you all wrapped up with the tournament? Or hey, are you busy right now? Can you talk? He hit me with some, I guess you don't want to talk to me anymore, so I guess you can disregard me. See, to me, that's passive aggressive shit. Like, that's like saying like, oh, like those, oh, so I guess you're not interested, or I guess I'm not enough for you. And then like, so then now you have my attention. Like, no, baby, I was busy. Like, don't do that shit. Just say, hey, I was thinking of you. How are you doing? How about try that? Don't do that shit. And then I responded like, yo, I don't like that shit. Don't be that passive aggressive shit. Cause now I'm looking at you with my eyebrow raised. I actually gonna make a joke out of this shit. This motherfucker said, well, maybe I need to massage it. I said, I had put my phone down because I'm like, did I just read this? These little dirty motherfuckers you just be trying to massage every fucking thing. So I said, you're gonna massage my eyebrow? And he said, well, to relieve stress. I'm raising my eyebrow. First, I don't know how the fuck you would massage my eyebrow. But second, I'm raising my eyebrow because of the shit you said, stupid. Like, what? So this is that. Now you want to text like, how come you haven't? Because you're stupid, and you showed me a red flag that I don't want to deal with anymore. Like I don't want to deal with that type of passive aggressive shit. I'm cool because you know what? That's gonna irritate me. It's irritating me. That's gonna irritate me at some point if that's your first like offense, and it's just like I know, red flag. So now he's been blocked. Anyways, so that's my little story. Massage. Men always want to massage some type of part of your body, and then next thing you know, you're doing the horizontal limbo and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I was like, massage my eyebrow. I'm gonna take a drink on that one because I don't even know if he understood what the fuck he was even talking about. So that was strike three, and we done with that. All right, on to the second one. Hold on, that was the first one. Stupid girl. Well, I don't want to say stupid girl, but hopefully, I hope that she finds peace, or she did find peace, or I hope, I don't know. But all right, here's the next one. It says, hi, Jess. I've been in a long distance relationship. Y'all already know how I feel about them things. I don't even know if I should still read this motherfucker. Okay. We gonna air some shit out tonight, boy. Says I've been in a long distance relationship with my boyfriend for 4 years. Oh, I could barely do that shit for 4 months, girl. Lord help the children. He works for a company that takes him all over the country. hope he's flying you well too. We see each other sometimes once a month for 3 to 5 days. Okay, that's not bad. Other times we don't see each other for about 2 months. He is 59, and I'm 52. Oh, okay, so we seasoned already. Okay, so now you're not young. All right, all right. He has looked for a job in my hometown, but never gets an interview, probably because of his age. Yeah, you're old. I have a stable job with retirement benefits that I cannot leave. I have broken up with him several times, but we always get back together. He is kind and treats me well, but I worry I won't find that again. But I'm tired of doing things by myself. Girl, I understand that. I understand that. I have often asked him what the future holds for us, and he can never give me an answer. Yeah, because the motherfucker don't know. You don't. Because he doesn't have retirement benefits, I mean, he will get a social security though. Like, I mean, not that's that retirement benefit, but like you knew this before when you got with him though. Anyways, he will have to work until he can get on Medicare. I can't wait 3 more days, much less 3 more years. I guess, well, really, I mean, isn't retirement like 66 now or 67? So it's going to be more than 3 years on it. I guess I'm asking you what I should do. I worry about being alone, but in reality, I'm already alone. Yep. Did you? I think I gotta read that again. I worry about being alone, but in reality, I'm already alone. Did you feel that when you typed that out, girl? First off, if you have benefits, right? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of ways you can go with this, right? Having a long distance relationship, because I tried it one time for 4 months. 4 months. Um, and you know what? That's not for me. Because if I'm a bitch that like if I want to pull up on a motherfucker, I'm gonna pull up on you. And that's why we broke up, because I pulled up on a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. You was fucking 7 hours away. I pulled up, and that's why we broken up now. So yeah, I'm crazy like that. I like to pull up on people. Anyways, if you have, so my thing is this, so like if you thought of all these other things and whatever, and if you talk about you have to wait till he can get on Medicare, so that's like health insurance and stuff. So my thing is, y'all already been together for at no point did I hear marriage. Do you not want to get married? Because the reality is that maybe I can understand he can't find a job in town, but if you're worried about Medicare, which is the medical part of it, and if you have a stable job, and if you have retirement benefits, I'm going to assume that you also have health insurance, right? And if y'all get married, can't he get onto your health insurance? I'm just putting it out there, just, you know, one thing. Second thing is that I feel, so I guess it depends on where you're at in your life and where you want to be in a relationship. Like for me, right now in my life, I want a relationship, right? I want a little boyfriend. Um, but I can also am busy with my children and the salon and now comedy. And and the podcast, and I got a lot of things going on right now. So I can't deal with a man that's gonna want to see me every day. Because baby, unless you come into the salon and having breakfast with me or lunch or something like that, okay, cool. But like I can't have dinner with you every other night. Like I got shit to do. You feel me? So it just depends on where you're at in your life. And I know that you're in your 50s or whatever. But I mean, if you guys are making the effort of seeing each other at least once a month for that week, then I mean it's an effort. As long as this man is showing you an effort, then I don't see a problem with him. It's really not having anything to do with him. It's really having to do with you. Y'all start talking about relationships and love. Y'all are gonna make me finish the motherfucking bottle before I'm done with this shit. It really has to do with you. I mean, because did he have this job prior to you getting with him? That's almost kind of like, so like let's say I met a truck driver, right? And he does over the road type of shit. like, or you met a surgeon, or whatever. Like surgeons or people in the medical field, sometimes their hours can be all over the place, right? So like, let's say you met this person and this is what their hours were for work. Granted, that I know that if you end up in a relationship or you want to get married to this person or whatever, that some of that has to like change, and you got to, what's the word I'm looking for? When you change some of your, oh, God damn it, what's the word? I don't know. But anyways, when you want to accommodate your relationship in your life right now, you're gonna make some changes to your schedule, right? Like if I found somebody that I'm more serious with or whatever, like I'm going to find a way in my busy schedule to make them a more of a priority than me taking a nap. You know what I mean? Like so, right, meet in the middle, but there's a word for that shit. I can't remember what it is. But to me, it's just like you met this man and he already had this job. You know that he flew all over the country. Shit, I'd have been like, what country you gonna be in next month? Let me go. Let me go. Take me with you, okay? Um, so I don't really see the fault in him and you asking him a question that like he don't know. He don't have the answer to unless y'all gonna get married, but then he's still gonna be under those circumstances. And it's not like the brother wasn't trying to find a job. If he's looking for a job in your hometown, then I mean, we back. Sorry, y'all. I don't know if it froze or whatever. I thought we was doing so good. But yeah. So I mean, 4 years. Y'all been doing this for 4 years. So I don't. I mean, that would be my thing. It's really. I don't really think it has anything to do with him. I mean, it's his job, and if it's making money where he can get away for a week for the time being, or him flying you out, I mean, I think that's him trying to do his part. And I know it sucks to feel like you're alone, but you're not really alone. But I mean, I my advice would be like, is that something that you can sustain? If you really feel that you are alone and he ain't doing shit for you, you know what I'm saying, or fulfilling any of those needs per se, right? Not like just sexual people, like other needs, companionship, and like somebody to lean on when you want to talk about it. Like I want to find that person. I want to find that person that whether I get good news or bad news, I want to call that person. That's the kind. Oh, come on. That's the kind of person that I want to find. Until you find that, if something happened and I don't want to tell you, then you ain't it. You feel me? Um, but if he is that person for you, then I feel like what's a few more years? Y'all already a little older, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing. I'm just saying that it's really up to you. Like, where are you at it with yourself and that? Because I think like it sounds like he's doing what he can, to meet your requirement ish thing. But like, you don't want to leave. I'm not gonna leave because I got a good job and I have benefits, so I'm just gonna stay here. Do you fly out to where he's at? See, these are the things that I hate when I get questions like that. So like, at least if it was a person, we could pull more information out. But this is like, do you have children? Does he have children? That, you know what I'm saying? That there's like a lot of parameters that can like change, whatever. But I think just in any relationship, it's a give and take. And sometimes, I would say a lot of times, sometimes it's more on one person, right? Because sometimes it's workload, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's medical issues. I mean, you enter this relationship not knowing, sometimes not knowing, sometimes or maybe you didn't think it was going to get this bad, or maybe you didn't think they were going to be that busy, or maybe you didn't think, whatever. So I feel like, because let me tell you, sometimes it's not greener. I tell people all the time, like, People be leaving relationships because they think it's greener on the other side of that wall and shit. And sometimes you're looking at fake grass. You feel me? It's not greener. It's fake. Um, or what do they say? All that glitters isn't gold and shit like that. So sometimes that's just what it is. So it's just like I think you have to look at the root of, or go back to why you decided to be with that person. Like I'm assuming that this specific scenario, right? I feel like that specific, like this has always been his job. So you got into this relationship knowing that this was going to be a long distance relationship. And those are hard. Like I said, I tried it, and I know mine wasn't to the extent of that because I did not love this man. I liked him, but I didn't love him. And like I said, I had to pull up on the motherfucker. You feel me? But that's just me. So I know like anything more than 30 minutes for me is now considered a long distance relationship. Yo, if I gotta drive more than 30 minutes to see your ass, it's a long distance relationship. I can do it. I would not, I won't do it. Like I got people, and hopefully they don't end up in my DM. Do not DM me. I don't like people from New York, whatever, down south, Cali, all that shit. Oh, you're so beautiful, you're sexy, whatever the fuck they be saying. And it's just like, where you live at? I don't know. If they don't say Illinois, Chicago, or South Suburbs, or one of these shits, I don't even want to talk to people in Milwaukee. That's an hour away. I might give you maybe, but like after the first few sentences, I'd be like, I think I'm gonna be single for a long time, yeah. Indiana, no. No. I might give somebody 45 minutes. And that's like, you got to be like a very interesting person. But yeah, no. But you've been with this man for 4 years though. So like, he had to have some type of good qualities for you to stick around for 4 years, because that's a long motherfucking time. Let alone more than that. And it's been long distance too. So I don't know if I gave you any advice. But I would say that you have to figure out what you're comfortable with. Does this man make you happy? Whether he's there or not there, right? Because you can be in a relationship where you see this person every fucking day and he still don't make you happy. And you can see this person once a month and he gives you joy. So I think that you need to like rethink what's important in those aspects. Like if you feel that you need to see him every day, or you need to have him in your bed every night, or you need that type of reassurance in your relationship, then baby, you might have to like exit this relationship. If you can understand that is his job, and if it pays him well, I'm assuming it pays him well since he's going all over the damn country. And a check hit my bank account every once, a little deposit on my bank account, you know what I'm saying, every once in a while. Might make you think differently. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I think it's really up onto you. Women, you have a choice, right? We all have choices of what we want to tolerate and what we don't want to tolerate. And same thing for men. It's not just a woman thing. Okay, let me change that. We as people have a choice to tolerate and have boundaries. And it's okay to say, yo, I don't like that. Or, hey, that's okay. Or whatever. Because and it's not just boyfriend, girlfriend shit. It's friend shit. It's parent shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to check people to say, yo, like I had a friend that likes to touch on people's faces, like play smack like that. I don't like people touching my face. If you ain't giving me a kiss on my cheek, don't touch my face. I don't like that shit. I don't like people touching my shit. Don't touch my booty, my back, my arm fat, whatever. But my face, don't be play smacking me. Don't do that, because you're gonna hit me the wrong way one time and we gonna be fighting, motherfucker. So I don't like that shit. So I had to check her like, yo, You and your man might play like that, but I don't play like that. So don't do that to me, because you gonna get a reaction out of me one day that you ain't gonna like, and you gonna think we ain't gonna be friends because I'm gonna treat you like I don't know you. So it's okay to have boundaries with people. It's okay to say, yo, I don't give a if it's your own parent. You gotta speak up for yourself in a nice way, which is what I'm still learning. I'm trying that, to express yourself, to give people those boundaries, like, I don't like it, or don't talk to me that way, or, I do like that. I like when you call me every day. I like when you pay attention to me every day. I like that you do your homework, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to express yourself. I think a lot of people nowadays, they skirt. Or how would you say, I'm learning how to speak to different people, right? Not so aggressively. Because the way that we grew up, right? Or the way that you grew up, I could be an aggressive person. I am very opinionated. If y'all didn't know me by now, very opinionated and very strong, and that masculine energy that comes out of me when I'm in that shit. So I think that helps me when I'm doing coaching, though. But I also have to remind, like, even when I'm coaching, like, I'm speaking to children. So I have to bring that back a little bit, because I don't want them thinking that they're in trouble, or that I'm yelling at them, or that they did something wrong or whatever, when all we're doing is just correcting, so that you can learn how to do it the right way the next time. Right. So I'm learning that now that I'm coaching, of how to turn the levels. It's not necessarily what I'm saying, right? It's the levels of how I'm saying it. Or do we have to be at a 10? No, because I know when somebody talk to me at a 10, I'll be like, bitch, you need to chill out, I'm gonna punch your ass. So we gotta bring it down a notch. And then when I'm dealing with children, I try to keep it no higher than a 5. Like we go at 5 and then low. So we have to learn levels. And it's the same thing with people. We have to learn levels of how to fuck with people. I give everybody a lane. Everybody has a lane. So, like, I'm cool with you, I put you here. I'm cool with you, I put you here. Like, everybody has their own lane. Again, like, if I know somebody's a thief, it don't mean that I can't be friends with you, but I know I'm not gonna put my purse around you. I know I'm not gonna invite you to my house. But I could be cool with you. You want to meet at a bar? Cool. But I'm not going to be like, here, can you wash my purse while I go to the bathroom? No, because I know you got sticky fingers. So I think we just all need to learn how to fuck with people in their own lane. Or just don't fuck with them at all. One or the other. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that. I don't know if I helped her or whatever. But, I told you these are just my opinions. I'm not no doctor. Do that, but that's my intuition telling me what to say at the moment. That's the end of that. See, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. I want somebody to love me and do all of this stuff and da 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 da. And then I get around people in relationships. I'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I am not in a relationship. Oh, I'm glad I'm single. I just got to deal with me and my children. And that's it. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. Shit. I've been around people. Oh, shit. Especially the way I see some people talk to each other. I'd be like, I'd have been in jail because I would put my hands on people. And I'm trying not. We are trying to grow. We are not trying to put our hands on people. I do not want to punch nobody in the throat or the face or none of that shit. So, if you see me doing this and I'm outside, give me a few minutes. Give me a few minutes because I'm trying to put it together. Yeah. So that is my just segment of the night. I don't know if I helped them or anybody, but that's some. See, just when you thought your shit was bad, some other people are going through some other shit that we just don't know. So sometimes I feel like when somebody got a bad attitude, that goes into the Christmas. Let's talk about some Christmas spirit shit, right? So if you run into people that might have like a funky attitude, or they might be like they gave you bad service or whatever, I think we so quick to like jump into conclusions when you just don't know what that person went through. You know what I'm saying? You might get a lady who got an attitude, and you don't know that she might have been crying in the back an hour ago because she done just got kicked out her house, or some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now if you just know this person's just an a-hole in life, then karma. Well, I believe in karma. So whatever you put into the world, you're gonna get back. And so I be trying to not, because I believe in that shit, and I'm like, ooh, I want good things to come my way. And so far, I've been having good things come my way. So I think, I always tell my mother, I've been trying to do good because there's a lot of sins in my past that we trying to erase. We try to boot them skeletons out my closet and shit. So I've been trying to be a good person now. So that by the time I gotta go up to the pearly gates and shit, he don't shut them down and send me downstairs. We gonna be like, oh, come on, Jess. You know what? Turned it around. You okay? Let's go. Now I can be chilling on the beach, doing my thing. So that's what heaven is to me: a beach and a cocktail. Everybody can create their own heaven. When I think of heaven, that is my heaven. I am on the beach with a cocktail and just sun and water. Can you close your eyes and imagine that shit? So you create your own heaven. That's what heaven sounds like to me. But yeah, Christmas is coming, y'all. Again, remember, I I have a love-hate relationship with Christmas, because don't break your bank. Is all I'm gonna say. That's my advice on Christmas. Don't break your bank trying to make these kids happy. Because just because you buy them the most expensive shit or whatever shit, like, honestly, I mean, to me, spoil, what do they say? Spare the rod, spoil the child, or whatever the fuck. Like, because that child is still gonna cuss you out. If that's the reason you're buying them an iPad or buying them a fucking Nintendo or PlayStation 5 or whatever, like, if he was bad before, he gonna still be bad even though you buy him this fight. You still spent $1,000 on your child. Nobody should be going broke over Christmas. Christmas was not made for you to spoil and go and break your bank, because guess what? You still got January bills. You still got February bills. You still got other shit to do other than Christmas. I don't believe in. I'll spend money. Don't get me wrong. I'm spending money on my child, but we doing it smart. There's things that they need, and don't get me wrong. I feel like, you know what? Your children. You know that there's some things that'll just make them like, ooh, I really wanted that. Or I didn't even know I wanted that, Mom. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that shit. I hate when I'm at the salon and I hear, ooh, it take everything for me to shut the fuck up and not give them my opinion when I hear, like, oh my God, I spent so much on my children and they still, acting a certain way. And I'll be like, you dumbass, why are you rewarding your child for acting fucking bad? I'd have gave him a lump of coal and a piece of chocolate. Shut the fuck up. Nope. That's why God only gave me two. That's it. Well, I mean, I feel like I got children on loaner. Cause look, I'm surprised, and I'm pretty sure there's some people that want me to tell me to shut the fuck up. But until then, I wouldn't even take offense. If somebody told me that's my child, shut the fuck up, Jess, I'd be like, all right. But just remember, when that child's 16 and talking to you any type of way and shit, remember my motherfucking words that you should have pop early. I mean, I don't believe in child abuse. There is a difference between discipline and child abuse. I don't believe in child abuse, but I highly recommend disciplining your children. Because if they out here talking any type of way and all of that shit, and my girlfriends know that when they children around me and I hear some shit like that and all of that, I don't do all that backwash. I will tell you, if your child is around me, I will treat your child the way I treat my child. And I don't, I have a girlfriend that her child like to produce tears every once in a while. I say, oh, no, we're not doing that shit right now. We not crying. And I'm surprised that this child, he be looking at me like I'm crazy. but it works sometimes. It don't work all the time, but it works sometimes where he actually won't cry, and I'll be like, so at that moment, I'll take that W and walk away. I'm oh, okay, it worked a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. His mom would just be laughing at me like, girl, you got problems. But again, if your child is around me, I'm gonna treat your child the same way I treat my child. You don't get extra treatment. We all the same. It's what they say. It take a village, right? It take a village. But that's about Christmas and New Year's. Y'all just be safe on New Year's, please. New Year's Eve is on a Sunday. New Year's Day is on that Monday. I mean, every New Year's, y'all just be safe. Uber. I don't even want to say get designated drivers because designated drivers be drinking too. Just put yourself somewhere in a safe position where you don't have to drive, or take your mama like I do so she can drive home. Um, but yeah, just be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of 2023. Don't drive yourself to the ground. I'll take my own advice on that. Um, and that's it. We're gonna come back in 2024 with some new shit, some hot shit, some more funny shit. You feel me? I'm taking this whole comedy thing a little bit more serious, so hopefully y'all see me on some more shows. You feel me? Um, but yeah, that's all I had to say. I hope y'all enjoy 2023. We going next year, 2024. We hitting 3-year anniversary, baby. Who would have known that we would have made it this far without getting canceled? Maurice ain't got tired of me yet. So enjoy the rest of your 2023. I will see y'all in 2024. And that's all I gotta say. Other than that, be good, be safe, get a little freaky. I'll see y'all. I'm out.